In 1967, humanity witnessed one of the most heartbreaking and haunting tragedies in the history of space exploration. Vladimir Komarov, a Soviet cosmonaut, became the first human to die during a space mission, a man who fell from space, knowing his fate was sealed before he ever left Earth. The story of his final moments is both chilling and profoundly moving, filled with courage, despair, and the grim realities of the space race. Today, we're going to uncover the incredible and tragic journey of Vladimir Komarov, a man who made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of exploration. If you want to explore more stories that go beyond the surface and reveal the human side of history, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go back to April 23, 1967. The Soviet Union was eager to showcase its dominance in the space race during the Cold War. Vladimir Komarov was chosen to pilot Soyuz 1, a spacecraft that was meant to symbolize Soviet engineering prowess. But behind the scenes, there were serious problems. Engineers knew the spacecraft was riddled with over 200 design flaws. Komarov himself was aware of the risks but felt compelled to go through with the mission. Why? Because the backup cosmonaut for this mission was his close friend, Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space. Komarov couldn't bear the thought of Gagarin losing his life, so he chose to take the risk himself. As Soyuz 1 launched, it quickly became apparent that things were going wrong. The solar panels failed to deploy, leaving the spacecraft without sufficient power. Komarov reported multiple issues, including problems with navigation and communication. Ground control listened as he struggled to manage the failing systems. Despite his best efforts, it was clear that the mission was doomed. Yet Komarov remained calm, doing everything he could to steer the spacecraft back to Earth. On April 24, 1967, Soyuz 1 began its re-entry. But disaster struck again. The parachute system, meant to slow the descent, failed to deploy properly. As the capsule hurtled toward the ground at high speed, Komarov was fully aware that he would not survive. Witnesses on the ground reported hearing his final transmissions, a mix of anger, frustration, and sorrow as he cursed the people who had sent him on this fatal mission. When the capsule hit the ground, it was destroyed on impact, and the fire engulfed what remained. By the time rescuers reached the site, all they found were charred remains, an unrecognizable mass of metal and human ash. This tragic image of Komarov's remains has become a stark reminder of the human cost of the space race. His death was not just a failure of technology but also a failure of leadership, a result of political pressure that prioritized winning over safety. Vladimir Komarov's story is a haunting testament to the dangers of early space exploration and the sacrifices made by those who dared to venture beyond our world. He was a man who knew the risks and still chose to go, driven by duty, loyalty, and an unshakable sense of responsibility. His legacy lives on as a symbol of courage and a cautionary tale about the price of ambition. What do you think about Komarov's decision to go on this mission despite knowing the odds? Do you see him as a hero or as a victim of circumstance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. If this story moved you, please like the video, share it with someone who loves exploring history, and subscribe for more deep dives into remarkable and tragic moments like this one.